Hi, Girlinos. This is going to be my updated tour schedule. I'm on tour. Come see me live. June 12th, Albany, New York. June 18th, I'm in Chicago, Illinois. June 20th through 21st, I'm in Denver, Colorado. June 26th to the 28th, I'm in Buffalo, New York. July 25th to the 26th, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. August 29th to the 31st, I'm in Seattle, Washington. And November 14th and 15th, I'm in Richmond, Virginia. Tickets available now on my punch-up link on my bio on my Instagram and TikTok.
If I was a girl, I'd run the city, kissing boys in the street, hiking up my mini. Back in high school, would have been the girl to beat. Football player's number on my cheek, cheating on him with his best friend Pete. Small town moms calling me fast, but I rode him slow in the backseat. It would have been a blast. Feeling girly and Shirley, you know all of this is made up, 'cause I'm just a gay guy who's a little high, feeling a little girly, feeling a little girly.
Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. Hi, girl. Welcome to Feelin Girlie, to all my tier 1 and tier 2 girlinos. Thank you guys so much for listening. Here we are, and Josh and Ariel are obviously here. Josh just said, start the podcast. We have to ask you something on camera immediately, so I'd love to know what that is.
Yeah, because Ariel's been having anxiety about asking you this question, but she's really scared for you.
I really don't know.
You know exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was asking, she wondered, you know, with like the Grindr encounters, are you ever afraid that you're gonna run into
the Ladybird Lake killer, because he like targets gay men?
Oh no, because here's the thing, he kills people. Or people are saying it's not a serial killer. I think we all agree it probably is a serial killer. If you haven't heard, here in Austin, men keep dying in the river. It's very strange, and the police are like, no, drunk guys are just peeing, and I don't know how many drunk guys are like peeing, hitting their heads, and drowning themselves on accident in the river, but we all think it's a serial killer here. It's so hacky when comics talk about it on stage. By the way, when comics are like, where's the lady? I'm like, can you write a joke? It's always straight guys too. I'm like, how about you look within and you figure out who the fuck you are? Because if I have to hear you talk about 9/11 one more time, guess what? You weren't there. You weren't alive. Stop talking about it. I'll tell you this right now. A lot of comics do this. They talk about the Holocaust and 9/11. You'll never hear me talk about the Holocaust or 9/11 because guess what, honey? I wasn't there, okay? If I was in the Holocaust, I'd have a good tight 10 minutes on it, okay? But I wasn't. So I talk about, what do I talk about? Myself, okay, on stage, as it should be, because I know who I am as a person. No, I'm not afraid of the Ladybird killer. Number one, I hate to bring this up, and I know I bring it up a lot. I'm 6'5". I have no problem, and I believe that I've watched enough of Alias and Jennifer Garner spy movies where I know that I could fight off a man, no problem, and my instincts. And actually, something about me was when I was a child, all of the neighborhood kids knew this about me, that like it was all fun and games, and I could never win during the wrestling matches unless one of them hit me a little too hard, and then they would see one tear come down my thing, and my eyes would go completely red, and everybody would be on the ground. So I can take people down. 2, the guy who is supposedly killing people on Ladybird Lake, he is cruising and meeting guys like in the woods by the river. If there is a killer, they're killing him outside, and these are guys who are looking to do outside sexual activities. I don't do outside sexual activities. I don't do public play, as they call it on Grindr. Okay, I don't. There needs to be 4 walls for me to be hanging out. Okay, I go into their apartments. Okay. And fun fact, if you don't know this, when you're gay, you have a higher risk of being killed if they come to your house rather than if you go to their house. So if you host, that you're more likely to. So like when I was running my apartment, the Suck Shack, much higher risk of being killed, because they can come to your house, kill you, and leave. Rather than if they kill you at their house, they have to figure out what to do with your body. So it's a lot more issues. And I don't host because I live with lesbians. And as I always say, what do lesbians hate? Random men coming over for sex. They hate strange men. You know, did we talk about this yesterday where it was like...
At some point.
Yeah, where it was like, you can't vouch for it. It's like, oh, I don't even know his name. I can't really vouch for the man coming over. You know what I mean? I don't know him too well. Maybe you girls could. It's probably one of your boyfriends. JK. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't really ask questions, but but I'm really trying to change that. I do ask now, are you single? And they say yes, and I go, good enough for me. We are recording these back to back, so just because I'm going to be on the road a little bit later, so I don't know how many. If you came to the Charleston shows or any of the shows, I really appreciate it. You guys have been absolutely incredible to meet, but I don't have any stories right now about weird experiences. I had a long day yesterday of recording all day, and then we ordered takeout and hung out, and then I did nothing. Yesterday I was like dead. So I don't really have too much to talk about. We'll probably jump into the emails pretty soon, but I was this morning listening to old songs. Do you ever have songs that make you feel like, oh my God, I'm 17 again?
I don't know, maybe.
Really? You know, like or certain music that makes you be like, oh my God, this is so high school. Me and Kat, when we were on our way back from Dallas, did I talk about this yesterday? She was like, do you like country music? Like, it's so funny being like a liberal, being like, if you like country music, being like, do you like country music? And I was like, I love country music because although I am from Massachusetts, I'm from a small town, and I believe that small town is the same as like the South because all country music is about being from a small town, so it's incredibly relatable. So everybody in my hometown loved country music, and every single year, me and all of my friends, me and all the girls, we would all dress up. Well, I wouldn't dress slutty, but all my girlfriends would dress like really short boots, have cowboy boots on, a cowboy hat, and like a slutty t-shirt when we were like 16, and we'd drive out to New York's upstate, and we'd go to Countryfest every single year, and which is like, have you guys ever been to Countryfest? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I mean, these were like the times of my life when I was 16 years old. It was like the thing we looked forward to doing the most because it's like we saw Sheryl Crow and Kenny Chesney and like all these huge people. We'd go every single year. I went every year for 5 years from 16 to 21. And it was the most fun because you would just go and then you would get like fucking blackout drunk and you going, Dylan, you're 16. How did you get alcohol at Countryfest? I had hot girlfriends that would go up to like 22-year-old guys and be like, will you buy us beer? and don't get mad at me because this was like 2010, 2011, where they were like, yeah. This is back in the day where like Pretty Little Liars was still on, where it was like totally okay to be 16 and hooking up with a 22-year-old. Yeah. It is not. I don't think it's right now as a 31-year-old, but when I was 16 years old, all of my girlfriends would be like making out with 25. These guys at Countryfest would be like the hottest guys I'd ever seen in my entire life. I'm not even out of the closet, and my mouth is like watering with their mouth open. It was so much fun, and like they would buy all of us beer. You know what? I look back and I go, these 22-year-old, 23, 24, 25-year-old guys who were like making out with my hot 16-year-old friend, they were like pretty cool about me being gay too, because they obviously knew, and they'd be like, does he want anything? Sometimes they'd like give me rides home when they picked my friends up. I was like, God, they're like, we love Dylan. I was like, but that's, oh my God. Yeah, no, I hate, you know what sucks about the If I Was a Girl stuff is that I love doing it in conversation so much, but now it feels like embarrassing. Like I stop myself from doing it all the time now because, as Josh knows, Josh was like one of the first people to like really love it in person too. But like now it feels like if I ever do it, I'm like mining for content and I'm like doing my thing, which I hate because like for years I was just doing it for like you and Matt Ross constantly. Yeah. But I was gonna say if I was a girl, I definitely would have been like 16 years old, like fucking a 25-year-old, being like, I love him. And I know that's wrong, you know, but that was just my girlfriend's experiences, and I thought it was so much fun. But oh my God, Countryfest was crazy. And we were like, and all of the guys, because I'm like from a small town, there'd always be like fist fights, and there's really nothing hotter than like straight men fighting in the woods. And all my girlfriends would start crying, being like, stop!
Skylar, no!
Oh, no one's named Skylar in my hometown. It was like, Jeff, Lucas, Tom, stop fighting them. Oh my God, to have a boyfriend, to be a girl and have a boyfriend who's fist fighting in the woods, it's like such a rush. And oh my God, and sometimes the guys would like fight over the girls, which is like so amazing. That's why I look back at my hometown, like I really, although I'm from a small town and I spend a lot of time like really trying to get away from it and being like when I left, I was like, I'll never come back. And now I have so much more love for it. I'm so grateful for how I grew up because it really was like the last hurrah of like, this was like, you know, I graduated high school in like 2012. It's like nobody had an iPhone. Their Instagram was not available. Every single day we would like go get in our friends' cars and go up the mountains. Every single day we drove up the mountain and smoked blunts. It was the time we just listened to country music, hanging out, going hiking trails. It was like the best. We would be like, all of the parties we had were like drinking in the middle of the woods, fist fights, bonfires, football games. Oh, I mean, what a time to be alive. You look now at these kids who are growing up and like, I mean, especially these city kids, they're all like doing Xanax in apartments. I go, that's not me. It just never could be me. You know what? As I get older, I realize like no matter what I do, no matter where I go, I'm always just going to be a small town girl from Lee, Massachusetts. You'll never get me out of there. You really won't. I will. It's in my blood. It really is. I know that sounds so crazy, but I look back, and that's why I brought up the music from when you were younger, because this morning I posted on my story of my tour dates today. punchup.live/Dylan Carlino. Please come see me live. Is I put on White Houses by Vanessa Carlton. Have you ever heard that song? Mm-mm. Oh my God. Number one, the song was banned from MTV because it's about her losing her virginity in a White House. And
in the White House?
No, in a White House.
Oh.
The whole song is kind of like about like losing your virginity with like your group of friends, and like, you know, it's like kind of like you build up losing your virginity into this like it's gonna be this like incredible thing, and she's like, and sometimes, and she was, and it actually happens a lot more times than you would think, that you just lose your virginity in a White House on a cloudy day. And it's like, there's something so beautiful about it. But every time I hear that, like, dun, 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 crashed on the floor when I moved in, I'm like, all of a sudden, you've heard that song. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, on the Mass Pike, driving home from the Holyoke Mall, back with like, I'm with my friend Sarah and Kati, and we're like driving back and we're screaming it, and they're like older than me and like dating cool guys, and like, oh my God, we're like going to a bonfire tonight, and oh, life is good. It was so simple. I now when people are like, life was so simple back then, I now get it. I really do. And I know some people are you romanticizing high school? No, I mean, I hate when people are like, I would never go back to high school. I'm like, yeah, I'm not dying to go back to high school either, but I can appreciate the moments that we had. But yeah, no, I miss it.
What would your attire be in high school?
Oh God, I dressed really bad in high school. Yeah. Oh yeah, all middle school. Remember? Okay, so when we were in middle school, it was like the plaid shorts and then a graphic tee, and I was like so annoyed. I had like no style in high school whatsoever. I mean, I barely have style now. I like all black.
I like your style.
Yeah, it's fine, but like it's nothing. Like it's just plain.
Dress the same.
It's just plain. And I would like who I really am on the inside, which I can't be. This is in Texas because it's so hot. Is like I should be in like New York City in like one. I have a great body in this scenario, and and I'm in New York City, and I have like really cool like maybe like really nice pants on. I want to say black or like a nice dark jean, and then like a hoodie, a pea coat. My hair is long. I'm hot as fuck, and I'm just banging dudes. But I love a guy in a pea coat and a sweatshirt. It's like, especially, I hate to, like, it's such a straight guy look, but I do love it. But no, high school, God, it was just like graphic tees and like basketball shorts. But this was like below the knee basketball shorts. I mean, really, I looked awful. All my shirts were from PacSun.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you American Eagle.
American Eagle and PacSun. Yeah. Absolutely. That's it. And I look back and I go like, God, it's so bad. You know what I mean? Like I wore a lot of like Nautica shirts with like the little like sailing thing on the side. I would just get like, you know what's so funny? Actually, now that I'm looking back, it's like it's the exact same thing I do now with just black and white t-shirts, where like I was just wearing all Nautica, and I would get like 20 different colors, and I would just wear that shirt every single day. It's like I actually have always been like this, but just like shittier versions of it. Sorry, I thought someone knocked on that door, but I was like, no, but yeah, high school was crazy. Me and my brother had matching cars. We both had, because we're poor, but my dad on our 16th birthday would get us, when we got our license, cars from the junkyard. And every car I've ever had, I've never had a car that I spent more than $1,000 on.
Even
the car I have right now, I bought for, I think it was $1,000, and from a friend that like I've now had for 3 years. Me and my brother had matching. We both had 1998 Ford Explorers. Mine was blue and his was green. And we both got them on our 16th birthday. And then I had a Nissan Maximum that I bought for $1,000. And every car I ever have, I drive into the ground. Obviously, I mean, they are literally from the junkyard. My dad's friend owned the junkyard, and he would just be like, wait, he's got a Nissan in Altima if you want it. I'd be like, or a Maximum. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I'm really excited to go back home I really am excited to go back home to Massachusetts. So, because in June, I'm going to be out of Austin from June 4th to June 22nd, because I'm just doing a bunch of one-nighters and all these things. But in the middle of this, I have 5 days between my Albany date and my Chicago date, and I grew up 45 minutes away from Albany, so I'm just going to go back home for 4 or 5 days and stay at my brother's house and be with my nephews. But I love going home in the summer, because I haven't been home in the summer in so long, because that's when like all of the hot guys are around. Everybody's going around. It's so good. There's like everyone from New York is in the Berkshires, so it's like you have like hot, rich city dads who are just like trying to get their cock sucked. Okay, sorry. What are we at time-wise?
17.
Okay. We have to cut a bunch of that out, so we have to, we'll make up a little bit of it up. What were you guys like in high school? What was your vibe?
I was not nearly as fun and cool as that. I was very quiet and anxious and shy. Yeah.
Did you like smoke weed in high school?
No, not really. I think I tried it for the first time in high school, but like I wasn't like doing it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about you, Josh?
I played sports for a couple of years, and then towards like my senior year, I was just getting high and drinking a lot.
Of course.
Yeah. And then joining the.
I had the classic experience of in 8th grade. My slutty girlfriends really took me under their wing, and it changed my life forever. It really was the best thing that ever happened to me was 8th grade. Genuinely, because like I literally before that was hanging out with, I hate to say this, like the losers, and I in my heart of heart, like I've always believed that I'm meant to be famous, and that's embarrassing to say, but like look at my Instagram, and also like in middle school and elementary school, like I also really was like, I'm meant to be popular. And I know that sounds crazy, and the popular kids hated me, because I was also I was so annoying too, because I would really try to hang out with them and they like didn't like me. And so then, because they were like all sporty and I was
in
gay.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
Wait, how big was your graduating class in high school?
78.
Can you even be popular with 78 people?
Yeah, it's even more special then. And I really
He's got the farm.
But it was like I really wanted to be popular, and I could never get it. And then I turned on them. So like the minute I realized they were like, basically they kind of made it known like it's never gonna happen. So I was like, okay. And so then and if there's one thing, I'm like Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? You know how like everything Taylor Swift does is like out of like love for her fans and spite for her haters. Is like that's how I felt. Is like the minute the popular kids were like, it's never gonna happen for you, I was like, oh, no problem. I became the most annoying person in the entire world. Where like literally in middle school, and I know this is crazy, I would like purposely get to the lunchroom before everybody else so I could seat myself at the popular table so that they would come by and they'd be like, Dylan, and I'd be like, it's just a table. But it was like their table, you know what I mean? Like, you remember in high school it was like you had your table you sat at, and they would be like so annoyed with me. And then my sister died, and everyone was kind of like, all right, let it go. And then the really cool slutty girls, who I never even considered as an option because I was like, they're bad. My mom was not gonna let me hang out with them. Took me under their wing, and then that changed my life and really elevated me into a new tier of happiness and love. And I'm still friends with all those girls right now. I've actually convinced one of them to move down to Austin, Texas, and she's now moving here in September, my best friend Nissa, and I'm very excited about that. But yeah, and now here we are. And should we move over to emails?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, I think so. Do you have anything to say? But smoking weed, I loved smoking weed in high school. That was like my number one thing. I got it. Sometimes you just like really, you look back and you go, life's crazy, right? Why was I doing drugs and drinking in high school?
I feel like that was normal for like a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I would also like you. I knew I had a problem with alcohol. Like the minute I got drunk, I was like, why do I not? I want to feel like this every single day. And I never had like. I look back being like, I can't believe it took me so long to stop drinking, because I haven't drank in 3.5 years. I don't know if I mentioned that, but the first time I got drunk, got like blackout drunk, and like then had to have like 8 girls carry me back to the car, and I was like, 350 pounds at the time. And so they're like,
slipping discs.
Yeah. And these, there's just like 7 sluts carrying me to the car. And I'm like, and I also, whatever. And so, but I like, ever since I was in high school, I wouldn't just drink a little bit. I would drink like a full bottle of Smirnoff pineapple vodka, which I loved so much. Oh my God. There was this one time at my house where, so at my house, we kind of had like, my parents were divorced, obviously. I wouldn't act like this if they were together. And we always lived in a place where, and my mom dated a lot, so she always had like a boyfriend, and not in a bad way. If you're listening to this, I love you so much. But she would be gone on the weekends, so she would send my younger sister to stay with my dad at the weekends when she went to go stay with her boyfriends, and then me and Taylor, my brother, got to have the house to ourselves, where we would have parties, and my mom would have no idea about. But we also became the house where, like, if you got kicked out of your house, you could move into my house.
Yeah.
So that we were that family where it was like, we're good. Like, so like when my brother's senior year, his best friend got kicked out of his house. And so Johnny, he moved in with us. I had such a crush on Johnny. Like literally one time, oh my God, this is crazy. I hope this isn't too dirty. One time, and I like walked outside and he was I hope this is like not too dirty. He was like taking a piss with his like huge dick out. And I remember like looking at his dick, and he was like, "Hey Dill, how you doing?" And I was like, he didn't like move or anything. And I remember being like, I'm gay. And one time me and Johnny, and when my mom was gone, we like drank a whole bottle of vodka in my garage. And I was like, is something going to happen? Obviously it didn't, but I was like, oh my God. And that kept me going for years.
Did you hook up with any guys in high school?
No, I didn't hook up with anybody until I was 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have not even like a kiss?
No, I didn't have my first male kiss. The first man I kissed, I also fucked. Embarrassing.
Yeah, you're an hypocrite.
And then my senior year, one of my friends got kicked out of her house, and she moved in with us as well. But that blew up or whatever. But so we were always like that kind of family, which I think is like kind of cool. It was kind of like the runaways got to live with us because my mom was always like, they need a place to stay, you know. So that was cool.
Was your brother had to have been in heaven with you having all the girls over all the time? Was he hooking up with your friends?
Me and my brother did not have a good relationship at all. No, he wasn't hooking up with all of my friends. My brother was like kind of more of like I don't want to say, he was like he played football and all that stuff. He took it really seriously. We were like, you would have thought we were in like different universes growing up. Like I hated my brother until he had kids a couple of years ago, because he was like such a fucking asshole. I think like I also didn't realize that when I was growing up, my dad like constantly was pulling my brother aside and being like, your brother Dylan is gay. Everybody hates it. You have to protect him. And like, I have no idea these conversations are going on. So then he's in school fighting people, getting into fights, defending my honor that I have no idea about. And also I'm like walking down the hallways, linked arm with like 8 different girls, calling other girls sluts. It's like, it's like I'm not making his job any easier. So I think there was like, and also like my brother was the oldest and I was the second born. So I think like I got like in my brother's world, he felt like I got to do whatever I want, which is true. But to me, it felt like nobody cares what I'm doing. So it was like a double-edged sword of like we both feel resentment, but also hurt from our parents. And then once my brother had kids, I think it like broke something inside of him where he was like, oh my God, I have a brother and like my sons have brothers and like that's us or something. And like now me and my brother are like closer than ever. It's like the strangest experience I've ever had in my entire life. Like if I go home and I don't stay with my brother, they're pissed at me. They're like, you have to stay with us. You have to hang out with us. My brother wants to go on hikes with me when I'm home. Like everything changed.
That's cute.
But yeah, it is very cute. It's great. But yeah, we hated each other. Like we just never got each other. Same with my dad. Me and my dad, although that changed, we didn't hate each other, but like me and my dad did not get each other whatsoever. Like we had nothing in common. You would have thought like, there's no way Dylan's his kid, until I started doing stand-up, and then this whole other language opened up of like, he loves comedy, he loves roasting his friends, he loves making fun of people. I love all the same things. And so then once I started doing comedy, it was like, oh shit, like we have this other thing we never even considered because we were always fighting, which is like funny. And so yeah, now everything's great. Comedy and children saved my family's relationship.
It's like the exact opposite.
Yeah. Like, well, yeah, most people that start doing comedy in their family, it's a huge point of contention. For me, it like literally made everyone in my family understand me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is your dad really funny then?
My dad's hilarious in like a really fucked up way. Yeah. But like he's I always say on stage, like if my dad got caught talking on camera for more than 30 seconds, like I would lose this podcast.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think a lot of comics' dads are the same. My dad's super funny too, but
like
has a lot of issues, but like very funny.
Oh, every year. So I'm from like small town trash. So like every year, a bunch of people in the town, they rent a bus, and they all go down to the Saratoga raceways to watch the horse races and bet and gamble and drink all day. And then every year on the way back, my dad is blackout drunk, and he gets on the microphone and basically roasts and brings up personal issues from everybody in the town, and everybody loves it. Or they're like, also everyone's afraid of my dad because my dad has like, I'm not even joking, like has beaten up almost every single person in my hometown. Like my dad's like crazy. He like when the time my mom was dropping us off at his house when I was like in high school, and my dad was fist fighting one of the tenants in the thing, and we like literally just saw him like break down the door, and he was like punching this guy in the face, and eventually like I think I was 13. Had this guy up, and he was like holding him up in the air with a choking him out, punching him in the face at the same time. There I am in the driveway. Stop!
Yeah, he's fighting in the woods.
Dad, stop! My mom's like, get in the car. Brian, you're killing him.
Your mom's trying to get back together with him. Yeah, it's turning her on.
Oh, that's the other thing is like you look back and like the stories our family would tell us. My mom would be like, oh, and down here, this is where I tried to run off your dad when he was cheating on me on the road. Like it's just like everything's toxic. Nothing. It's like all crazy. My parents were like high school sweethearts. It's just insane. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're great now. Well, they don't speak, but like, you know, everyone's fine. Should we move over to emails? Yeah. What are we at time-wise?
27.
Okay, let's move over to emails. Ooh, this one looks kind of long, but we're going to see how it is. Just a reminder, if you guys want to email the Feelin Girlie podcast, it's feelingirliepod@gmail.com. Send your pictures, send your stories. Read it before you send it, because some of you guys you need to condense it and learn how to use grammar. And that's not an attack, because I also don't know how to use grammar. And if I sent them, what are you doing? You keep making hand motions.
Dick size.
Oh, and also send a picture of the guys you're talking about and tell us how big their dicks are. You don't have to send a picture, as we learned in the last episode, unless they are okay with that. But we shouldn't be unsolicitingly sending our boyfriends who we don't dick to a gay podcast. Okay. Hi, Dylan. My name's Zoe. I'm 25 and a tier 1 slut from Ocean City, Maryland. Zoe, I love that. You never meet Zoes out in the wild. I feel like you hear about them on TV and through my emails, but you never hear them, you know, you don't ever like, oh, what's your name? I'm Zoe. Also, I feel like you didn't spell it this way, but I would spell my name if I was Zoe, Zoey, like Zoe 101. I want your advice on how to get over an ex. I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, 30-year-old male. Of 6 years, almost 2 years ago. We unfortunately lived together for a year after we broke up, and it caused a lot of weird drama. Yeah, I always hate when I find out that people are breaking up and they're still living together for like a year afterwards. I'm like, would you guys sign the lease and immediately break up? Like, it makes no sense to me. Also, but the money stuff, and it's so hard to get out. That's why I hate to be like this. Don't move in with your boyfriend unless you're going to be homeless, and even then, find a friend or a roommate. Don't be like, me and my boyfriend should live together. Live apart as long as you can, because eventually you're going to live with a man for the rest of your life, or it's going to end in divorce. Either way, you're going to fuck your life up. So just don't, when you're young, if you're young listening to this podcast and you're like in your late teens, early 20s, late 20s, you've been dating a guy for a couple of years, do not move in with him. Live with yourself. If you can swing it, it will be so much better for your life. I promise you. He'll probably cheat on you, and then you'll be happy that you didn't live together. Okay. Caused a lot of weird drama. Obviously, I'm a little dumb and broken. I ended our relationship with him because after he gained a little underground fame in the music scene. I thought you were going to say after he gained a little bit of weight. And I was going to be like, oh, but girls usually stay with their boyfriends even when they get fat. Men, though, when their girlfriend gets fat, sayonara, you're gone. I mean, men will literally be like, she is my rock. She's the love of my life. She is the mother of my children. She gained 15 pounds. You're out. It's sick. Men are sick. Do you know that I learned this from guys we fucked. Do you know that there's a high percentage of, very high percentage that when women are diagnosed with like cancer or like a really big medical ailment, their husbands leave them? Mm-hmm. It's like very, very common because men are animals. Okay, he gained a little underground fame in the music scene. He seemed to take me for granted. It wasn't going to be that great beforehand. He was buying new music equipment when we couldn't afford rent, refusing to find jobs when he was home from tour. He didn't have money to fix his car for the majority of our relationship, and even when he did, he spent it elsewhere. I pretty much felt like his mother, driving him around, making sure there was food in the house and cleaning, all while making the chore to not take care of him. Okay, well, already the title of this, how do you get over an ex? How did you stay with him is the real question. You were driving around, you're acting like his mother, and what do you miss about this? You miss like being worried that he doesn't have money to pay rent, and I'm assuming that you covered it. I mean, remind yourself that he's like a loser. Okay. I pretty much felt like his mother, driving around, making sure there was food in the house and cleaning, all while he was making the choice not to take care of himself, our house, his car, or really anything that didn't have to do with what he wanted to do. Everything was more complicated because we were in bands together, and that's so hot though. I would love to be a girl and dating a guy in the same band. I mean, I hope you were lead singer. I feel like if I was in a band, I would be lead singer. Sorry, I have an eyelash in my eye or something. Oh my god, don't be mad at me. It's like still in there, but I'm just gonna listen. Like, this is showbiz, baby. I have an eyelash in my eye. The show still keeps going on. We were in a band together. I had to write music with him. We really butted heads at the end of things, and I haven't ever felt the same creatively since, which put me in a depression over the winter. I finally started to feel better. I've spent some time building my life back. Work is going good, music is going good, and I live in a beautiful house with my best friend. The problem is I now have a girlfriend who's the absolute best. We have been taking things really slow, and when I finally asked her to be my girlfriend, I realized we haven't gotten over the rage of realizing I was being taken advantage of. I can't fully believe I was either, because I really loved him and wanted him to be okay, and what if I abandoned him in his time of need when his career was popping off? You're being psychotic right now. This is like your brain playing tricks on you. This is because you don't think you deserve good things, and you're making up bad excuses that you're a bad person. This is like an old wound that you're bringing into this new thing. This guy was an absolute loser. Your life is finally getting better together. By the way, you don't want to be the girlfriend of a guy whose music career is popping off. He will be fucking every single thing he can while he's on the road without you, and he will require you to help him with his music and do all of those types of things while not doing yours. So you think you are going to be creatively fulfilled now? Go back to him. It will all get stifled. It will all be about his career, because then he'll be like, oh, well, my career is the one taking off, so you should be helping me with mine. Why would he care about your music career whatsoever? He would never do that. You're like, you would fuck yourself up like this. So I'm already like, remind yourself that like going back to him isn't just like, oh, I have intense feelings for him. It's giving up a bunch of pieces of yourself to make yourself fit into what he would need you to be. And I'm telling you, you don't want to be that girl. Watch the movie Almost Famous. You're not Penny Lane. You know what I mean? Like, have you guys seen Almost Famous? No. Penny Lane is that's crazy. It's one of the best music movies. And you should watch it literally today. It's Kate Hudson when she's like 19 years old, and she's playing like what they call a Band-Aid, which is like basically a groupie, and she's fucking like one of the rising stars of this band, and they're on tour. It's an incredible movie. Almost Famous. You have to watch it. But the guy has a girlfriend the entire time, and guess what? He's always going to pick the girlfriend over the girl from the road. That's just how it is. But not you. I mean, like, but he's still fucking her. You know, you shouldn't watch Almost Famous. Well, you should. You're the girlfriend that like is not good. Okay. I know it was the right decision for me. I was going mental and losing myself in that relationship, but I haven't gotten over the guilt and anger of letting go of someone who wasn't good for me anymore. I hope this wasn't too long, LOL. Thank you for reading. By the way, his penis was small, even for me, and I'm a small dick, doesn't treat you well, has no money. I can't get over him. Wake up, slut. Okay? You have a nice girlfriend, you bisexual cool girl, okay? You block him on everything. Don't even think about it. Whenever he pops into your head, you know what? You're not even mad at him. You're mad at yourself for giving up pieces of yourself. I have been there. What you're really mad at is that you thought you were like someone who like wouldn't lose themselves in a relationship, and you did. So you need to forgive yourself. If you want to forgive him, that will make your life easier. I'm not telling you to do that. You need to forgive yourself for putting yourself into that position and move on and realize that you deserve good things, because this guy is not it. And he has a small dick. You're crazy. I'm a petite 5'1". First photo of me and my ex are all the way on the right. Second photo is from Halloween 2022. Third photo about us about a year in. Last is a couple of the last times we played a show as a couple. My girlfriend is all the way to the left with the brown hair. I'm in the middle looking insane, and my roommate and bestie are on the right. Okay. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh my God, ew. Sorry. Yeah, I'm like really. Oh, you are so cool. Oh my God, you kind of have like an Adrian Linker vibe. Really not into this ex. Really not into this ex. You also didn't mention this. He's balding and doesn't have a good body. Okay. But I'm sure he's amazing or whatever, or like a musical genius in your mind. You are way too cool for this. And I can already tell that you like just focus on yourself and focus on your girlfriend and focus on making music that sounds what is right for you. But there's no reason to kind of like keep getting into this. He's not a good guy. That's bad. Okay. We'll do another email. Does that mean?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I think a lot of times, you know what I also think? I think
What?
a lot of people get sold on the like the potential of the guy versus what is actually happening.
Yeah,
know
also
what I
it's
mean?
like the music career is like so alluring.
Yeah,
and
it's like you want to be a part of it. You want to get it on the ground floor. It's like he's not going to do anything. He's
also
never...
like it might. Yeah, he has a little bit of underground fame. That means nothing. Do yourself this favor. Focus on yourself and focus on your own music, because what if I told you that not going back to him meant that you had the most amazing music career of your entire time, and this was just a catalyst for you to really dive in and be honest and take all of that rage. You're an artist. Take that rage, take that hurt, write songs about it, make music about it. Say fuck it and be like, I'm going to put it all on into the music. And that's how you're going to get over this. You want to know how you get over this? You're an artist. Make art. That's what you're supposed to do with it. I know sometimes it's harder to do that. I'm the same way with comedy. Like, it takes a little bit of time. Write the bad songs about him. Write the bad music about him, because it will lead to the good music about him. Stop wondering like, oh my God, should I get back with him? Or write a song about that. Write a song about what it feels like to be thinking about getting back with a person who you don't want, that would be bad for you. What an interesting concept to think about. So use your art. Thanks, Josh. You really inspired that last part.
Feelin Girlie Patreon.
Feelin Girlie Patreon, okay?
Patreon.com.
Patreon.com. Okay, so this one's called New Email. To fuck the doctor, to not fuck the doctor. Fuck the doctor, okay? Dylan, I work in registration in an oral surgery clinic. Okay, an oral surgeon? I'm sorry, but that's not really like a doctor to me. I chit-chat with one of the doctors that is single when he's in the clinic. We just followed each other on Instagram. I want to slide into the DMs, but I want to let you decide what I say. And of course, keep you an update where things go. Oh, this is fun. He's 6'4" and I'm 5'1". Oh my God. Spinner. Those tall boys love when girls are like 5'1", that they can like, honestly, probably because you look like kids, but they, sorry, but that's how it is. And I have never fucked a guy that tall, and I think I should. The girls that work in the clinic say that he's kind of slutty, which I love. Yeah, just remember though, that's fine. I love that too. But like, don't get feelings because he's slutty. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to turn him into something else. I'm going to send pictures of myself and of him. Don't show them on camera, but feel free to comment. He and I might not be the same league looks wise, but the cringy caption in his photo, which I keep in, evens it out. Anywho, let me know what to slide into your DMs with, or if you think I shouldn't, then tell me that too. Thank you. I'm a tier 1 girl, and as some of this is bad pig. Oh my God, thank you, sweetheart. Whoa. Yeah. I love your bangs. You're absolutely gorgina. And yet never too late to be what you might have been. Okay. He's talking about self-growth on his Instagram, but he is hot. This is a guy that I would hook up with. He's like, I believe, Middle Eastern. And yeah, I would say fuck him. He is probably slutty. He looks kind of slutty. This isn't a guy that, he's talking about self-growth on Instagram. So I would say like, calm down, but it's not that big of a deal. But like, yeah, no, fuck him. Who cares? Have a good time with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, why not?
I say fuck it. And you don't want to be too graphic in that first message, but maybe just kind of be like, slide up on a story and say like, I love that shirt or whatever he's wearing. You know what I mean? Where'd you get those pants? I don't know. What do you say to somebody who is a doctor when you work in registration to let them know that you want to get fucked?
I think you're a lady. You could probably just be like,
do you want to get fucked? I want to get fucked.
Yeah, what are you
Do you want to hang out?
Do you want to
Yeah.
hang out?
doing later?
God,
Yeah.
just be like, if you ever want to grab a drink, let's hang out. I love that shirt.
Vic, I'd like to do oral surgery on you.
Oh, yeah, do that. I'd love for you to do some oral surgery on the... Do you do throat work? Just a question. Do you ever do throat work?
Throat work is making my tummy
Sounds
hurt.
terrible.
Yeah, it's bad. Okay, wait. This one's kind of... What are we at time-wise?
40.
40?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do one more email, and then we're going to move over to the Patreon, okay? Hi, Dylan. We do only... Patreon.com/feelingirlie. We do all emails on the Patreon, so all of your emails get read on the... If you're not there, that's where we read most of the emails.
And it's way more fun, and Dylan has a lot more fun and says a lot more
Oh yeah, I'm
things.
way more revealing on the Patreon just because it's like these girls really want to listen. If you're paying $5 a month, it's less than a cup of coffee a month. Okay,
And it's also we don't give all the information to the poor people.
no, not well. My tier 2 girls aren't poor necessarily; they're just lazy. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sometimes girls, I just don't believe they're like, I'm signing up when I get paid next month. I go like, listen, I've been poor my entire life. I've always been able to afford $5 a month. Okay, this is called Should I Live with My Ex-Boyfriend? The answer is going to be no, but okay. Hi, Dylan. I've attached 2 pictures, but please keep me anonymous. I first found you on Instagram and fell hard for you if I was a girl reels. They are the best. Oh, thank you so much. I've since listened to every episode of your podcast, Tier 2 Girly, and it made me smile and laugh over the last few weeks, which have been a bit shitty. Oh, sorry, baby. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone's kind of going through it right now. For context, I've recently turned 28, and my now ex-boyfriend is 32. We have lived together for 2 years, but he owns the house. Run. This is already not good. You do not want to be living in a house where you're going to help him pay off his house just for you to get fucked. Do not live with him. So recently I had the courage to have the breakup chat. The reason we broke up is because he didn't want kids or marriage. He told me 2 years ago that he wasn't ready right then, but he might be in the future, and I stupidly thought I should wait around for him and change his mind. He hasn't. I hate to say this. Don't get mad at me for saying this. He might want children and marriage. What he was saying is he didn't want marriage and children with you. That's what he was saying. And I know that's hard to hear, but like I want to help you in a couple of years when you open up Instagram and you see his engagement and pregnancy announcements, because men will say that, and what they're really saying is they don't see that with you, but they like you for right now. Okay? Don't get mad at me. Don't live with a guy who doesn't want to marry or have kids with you. We also stopped doing things together as a couple, going out on dates, having fun. We also haven't been intimate in a while. I actually felt myself slowly falling out of love with him and don't feel attracted to him anymore. We felt like roommates. Okay, so now here's the issue. I spilled all of my worries to my friends at work, and lo and behold, he actually needs a new roommate because his friend's moving out in June. We get along really well and I spilled all of my worries to my friend at work, and lo and behold, he actually needs a new roommate because his friend is moving out in June. We get along really well and have been friends for a few years. He's gay and loves to do a lot of the same things I do. However, I can't move into his flat until June. I also can't move home with my parents because there is no room. The breakup was amicable, and we're actually together for 6 years, but it would be weird unfair to continue living with him until mid-June. We still share a bed, but it feels awkward now. What should I do? My friend said I could always rent an Airbnb until June, but that could be a waste of money. I appreciate your advice. Attached are a few pictures of me, one with my mom and my ex, one with me and my mom, and one is me and my ex. Okay. Oh, gorgeous girl. Oh, yeah. I'm not attracted to your ex either. See, he kind of looks like Sid the Sloth. He's got that like kind of skinny guy look that you go like, I get it. But you know, you're gorgeous. You kind of got that strawberry blonde, gorgy hair. Oh, your mom's a little cutie too. I like her hair too. I don't think it's unfair. I mean, like, listen, you sent this in April, so so please send an update about where you are. But till mid-June, I think like. You were together for 6 months, or 6 years, you can hang out. If he's not abusive or a piece of shit, I mean, sleep on the couch for 2 months. Yeah, don't waste the money, especially if you don't have to pay rent or anything like that. I thought you were asking if you should live with your ex for the rest of your life or something. Like, that'd be fucking crazy. But, yeah, just go ahead and move in with that gay guy for sure. And you could rent an Airbnb, but I don't really see the point. It seems like your ex is kind of like a decent guy who's not going to like treat you like shit. It's just 2 months. I know people who have done it for way longer. What do you guys, right? It's just 2 months. It's not a big deal.
Tough it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough it out. Don't waste the money on the Airbnb unless it's like a really bad situation, and then do it. And by the way, you could waste the money on the Airbnb, and in a year from now, you wouldn't even think about that money. That you have to remember, like right now, it feels like I can't spend that kind of money on that right now, but like it's completely fine. Yeah. So give us an update though. I'd love to hear what you had to say. But yeah, we have to move over to the Patreon. I love you guys so much. Patreon.com/feelingirlie.
We should do one more because we had to cut some stuff.
Oh, okay. We can do one more.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll do one more because we had to cut some stuff because I overshared about personal things. Hey, maybe I'll share on the Patreon.
That's patreon.com/feelingirlie.
Okay, so this one says best friend drama. That could be fun. Hi, girlies. I just want to say I love the pod and I'm a proud tier 1 girly. Hopefully you come to Philly soon and would love to see you live. I am coming to Philly at the end of the year. I just don't have a ticket link for it yet, but I will be there. Anyways, my closest friend and I have known each other since we were in diapers has really been getting under my skin lately. We are both 33 and have 2 kids around the same age. She is currently going through a nasty divorce. I'm like, why is Brielle on speakerphone? Sorry, I'm like, I actually think maybe she's on. Sorry, one of my roommates is on like a work call, I think. She's going through a nasty divorce, and I'm happily married to the best guy. Okay, well, I mean, you don't say it like that. I mean, she's going through a nasty divorce, and I have the best man in the world. Okay, don't be. I can see why there's a little tension between you guys. Okay.
It was like that last week when the girl was like, "Yeah, my friend is okay."
Oh, I was thinking about that last night. I was like, don't fucking talk about Kelly like that. I was getting pissed. I was literally getting pissed about that again. She gets a lot of help from her family. Her dad's a millionaire, and tons of trips to help down with payments on the houses, paying for childcare. My husband and I have no help, and we do everything on our own. Work really hard. Yeah, but friendship shouldn't really. I mean, I understand you're comparing, which is like one of the worst things you can do for friendship. There's no reason. I mean, I understand it's so hard when you have friends who are in different financial situations than you. But like, listen, she is kind of going through a divorce. Maybe she needs a little bit of help. I understand. You can't control that her father's a billionaire or a millionaire or whatever. But I understand. I've been there too, where you're kind of like, you're building up resentment. So you have to remember why you're friends with her, which is not like, that's also none of your business. You know what I mean? Like how other people pay their bills is none of your business. Lately, it's felt like she's been throwing things in my face and looking down on me like she's better than me. I'm not sure if it's my own insecurity just making it seem that way. She might be getting a little insecure because maybe she has the money and everything, but like you have a good relationship and are in a happy marriage. So maybe she's kind of using those things to throw them at you. This might just be like a difficult time for you guys, like a rocky point. But you'll probably smooth it out soon. She texted me saying we should book a trip for our 35th birthdays. And I said, okay, where do you want to go? And she listed a few names of places, then said, you pick, I travel a lot. And it just rubbed me the wrong way. I think you're taking that personal. Yeah. I think that's personal. I don't think that's a big deal. She's being honest. Like, she does get to travel a lot. She doesn't probably care. She probably just wants to spend time with you and is asking like, what she's also probably doing is being a little bit considerate, being like, I know that I financially can go anywhere I want. What would you be comfortable going to? I'd rather you have a good time in a place where you feel financially you're not getting ripped off, rather than me be like, let's go to Ibiza, and you have one more reason to be upset with her. I think that this is her being kind of like, I travel a lot. I can afford to go anywhere. Where can you afford to go? I just want to spend time with you. I think that was your insecurity. She also has made comments to me like, you're so patient, I could never, when it comes to like home renovations or vacations, because my husband and I are very responsible or meticulous with our spending. Once again, I think you're taking that really personally. I think you have a lot of resentment from years and years of having to work hard, not having help. I get it. I've never had help from my family. My family has no money. I've watched some of the people we do comedy with, they don't have jobs. They don't have to have day jobs. They just like live their lives and off their parents' stuff. And it's very hard not to get resentful when like I, for years, was waking up at like 5:30 in the morning to have a job that paid enough money, like at a breakfast restaurant. So I would like work from like 6 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon, go home, sleep, work out, and then I'd be up all night doing comedy. And then every single day it was the exact same. That's her life, and you have your own life, and you have to stop comparing or it's going to ruin your relationship. She's really not doing anything bad here. She's just like kind of saying her experience, and you're taking it as a personal attack. I know she's having a hard time right now because of becoming a single mother and going through a divorce. But it just feels like she thinks she's better than me, and she goes on so many trips and has this full life. My family and I think you're both insecure. I think she's insecure that you have a good relationship, and I think you're insecure that she has more money than you, and it's clashing. You both have what the other person wants. Yes. You guys are looking at it and being like, the grass is always greener on this other side. You guys just need to communicate. This is not that big of a deal. And you have to stop comparing. She probably feels really alone being like, I can't believe I'm a single mom. My ex is trash. Yeah, I have money. But when you have money, your whole thing is like, I wish I had relationships. And when you have a good relationship and you be like, well, if we only had money, you guys both want other things. You just need to remember that you're friends because you like each other, and let go of all the other shit. She also texts me when she's having problems with things, and I always offer advice or console her, and I don't feel like I get the same treatment in return. Is she asking for your advice? Sometimes when my friends call me, I learned this over time. When someone calls me and they're going through something, I go, do you want advice or do you want to vent? And so sometimes they'll be like, I just want to vent. And then you just listen to them. Sometimes people just need to be listened to. They don't need advice. Maybe you need to start your conversations with when you're having those similar ones with, could I hear your advice? Ask for it. There's a lot of things not being communicated between you and your friend right now. Am I taking this too personally? Should I cut out her some slack because she's going through a lot? I don't know if we're growing apart or I'm just being delulu. Picture attached of her and I. I am the brunette. She's the blonde, so keep me anonymous. Oh, no. I think absolutely you guys are gorgeous. Listen, I think you're just not communicating properly, and I think you both have personal things going on. Like you and your husband are working hard and don't have the money. Like we said, all the things. You guys need to remember why you're actually friends and start doing things that remind you why. You're going through a hard time. You're not growing apart. Just live your lives. And when she makes comments like that, don't take them personally. She's going through a divorce, but you need to start speaking up for what you need too. If you need advice from her, say that. Say, I would love some advice. And instead of, because maybe you guys are doing, it sounds like you guys are giving each other what they would want. So like, she's saying like, oh, I could never be this patient, or I'd be like this, or blah 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 blah. I think that. Okay, we have to end the podcast. I think you just have to do that and start communicating thoroughly about like what's going on in your relationships. All right, move over to the Patreon, Feelin Girlie /Patreon /Dylan Carlino. Oh, Matt Ross just walked into the building. Matt, do you want to come say hi to the girls?
Hi.
Hello, girls.
No, on camera. Come on, guys. Yeah. Matt Ross, the fuckboy of Boston comedy. Come on.
Don't do that. Hi, buddy. Hello, everybody. Follow my Instagram. It's Matt Ross Comics.
Oh my God. He's in an open relationship.
Wait. What I'm doing here is I'm picking up Josh to go record our podcast, which is Friendly Fire Podcast. If you want to, I literally just showed up here to give Josh a ride and plug all my stuff.
Love it. And if you're lucky, he'll dog you out. Love you too, buddy. All right. Patreon.com. We're moving over to the Patreon. Bye, guys.
Patreon.com/feelingirlie.